Okay, here's part two. Now, before I go into Mr. Krabs, I want to talk about a few other characters. Sandy, she was a good character in SpongeBob seasons 1 to 3, but in seasons 5 to 9, Sandy acts more like a complete and total bitch at times. Like there were some times where Sandy acts so bitchy, like in Krabby Chronicle, where they took her awards away because of the newspaper that SpongeBob wrote because he was forced by Mr. Krabs to do it. And she became like a total bitch. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying. And she's just not that interesting in seasons 5 to 9. I'm sorry to say. But she was awesome in season 1 to 3. But in here, she's just a bland character. And that's pretty much all I would like to say about Sandy Cheeks. So let's move on to Squidward. One of the only good characters. His personality remains the same. He's still grumpy, and he still hates his job, and as much as he hates SpongeBob and Patrick Star. But that makes him the only good character along with Plankton, at least, because he doesn't act dopey and he doesn't act annoying or childish as SpongeBob and Patrick does. However, the only episode that made him very unlikable is Little Yellow Book, where Squidward reads his SpongeBob's diary out loud, and SpongeBob became very upset and cries about it. And everyone scours at Squidward because of that, giving him a very dirty look because of that. And Mr. Krabs like, that is very unacceptable. You need to apologize to him. And Squidward's like, nah, he'll get over it. At least in Frozen April, at least he knew what he done was wrong, and he felt guilty about it, and he apologized to SpongeBob about it. But in here, he shows no remorse or no sympathy or no consideration to SpongeBob in the Little Yellow Book whatsoever. And he doesn't regret his actions at all. He just goes with it like if nothing had happened. That's the only episode that made him very unlikable. But other than that, I think Squidward is the only good character in seasons 5 to 9. Mr. Krabs. Just ignore that, guys. It's just my dogs barking. In my opinion, Mr. Krabs is the absolute worst SpongeBob character ever in seasons 5 to 9. He is so selfish, so greedy, so penny pinching, so money hungry, so sadistic, so malevolent. Everything that I could say about Mr. Krabs makes him a really evil and unlikable character. Like, he done so many bad things. Like, he blames SpongeBob for nothing because of the Krabby Patty formula, and it was revealed that he was the one himself. And then there was another one where he scares the living hell out of Plankton with his daughter Pearl, and he decides to dress like Pearl to scare Plankton even more. He makes SpongeBob take pictures and put them on the newspaper only to ruin everyone's lives. He also fired SpongeBob all because of a nickel. I mean, all those bad things I could think about Mr. Krabs had ever done, it's so unforgivable and unacceptable. In my opinion, he is the absolute worst character ever from SpongeBob. I don't know how he gets away from everything that he does, but still, this is terrible. And he's such a terrible character himself. And Mr. Krabs' daughter, Paul, she became like a total bitch in seasons 5 to 9. That's all I gotta say. At least she was a likable character in seasons 1 to 3, but in here, seasons 5 to 9, she's a bitch. That's all I gotta say. And Plankton, he's another only good character. Like, all he wants is a Krabby Patty formula, but it always gets foiled by Mr. Krabs. Because Mr. Krabs won't let him get it. And Plankton always has to suffer because of that. Guys, to be honest, in seasons 5 to 9, I only find Mr. Krabs being a main antagonist, not Plankton. I only find Plankton to be like this innocent character. Mr. Krabs, however, is the malevolent one, and the evil one, and the main antagonist. He done some bad things, and he gets away with everything that he does. Like, why let him do that? I don't get it. Yeah, and some of the images are really disturbing or gross to look at. Like, why put this on a kid's show? It's disturbing as hell. And it looks really hideous, not to mention. Those disturbing, gross images or things that they do. Why would they ever do that? And gross jokes, like, not funny at all. And some of the episodes can be a real pain in the ass, too. Like, you have to go through SpongeBob's either laughter, or SpongeBob's crying, or Mr. Krabs' selfishness, or malevolence, or Patrick's stupidity, Sandy's bitchiness, or something like that. Yeah. Sometimes it's a real pain to sit through. At least with seasons 5 to 9, it's a real pain in the ass to sit through. It's that bad. I can't believe what they've done in seasons 5 to 9 of SpongeBob. The sequel, it's The Sponge Out of Water, however, it was okay. I should say, it was honestly okay in my opinion. I wouldn't say it was terrible. It was okay, I should say. And unfortunately, Steven Hillenburg had died back in 2018. And now, as of 2019, as to 2002, which is this year, as of now, I don't really care for the new SpongeBob episodes. And especially the episode in Senior Discount, which I didn't like that one. Mr. Krabs had continued to act selfish because of Old Man Jenkins. Yeah. To be honest, and I have no interest in the movie Sponge Out of Water because I think this movie looks bad in my opinion. The first movie was good. The sequel was okay, I guess. It was okay in my opinion. And the third movie, Sponge Out of Water, looks bad in my opinion. It doesn't look good to me. It looks kind of cheesy as well. Speaking of cheesy, some of the jokes were really cheesy as well in SpongeBob in 2019 to 2022, especially seasons 5 to 9. So yeah, bottom line, here's this. SpongeBob seasons 1 to 3 were excellent, and they were nostalgic and they were funny. And the characters were really likable in seasons 1 to 3. The first movie was very good. Season 4 was okay. Seasons 5 to 9 was absolutely horrendous. And the characters had became flanderized and unlikable and mean-spirited and very annoying, except for Squidward and Plankton, which those are the only two characters that I find likable still in seasons 5 to 9. The sequel, Sponge Out of Water, is okay. And after Steven Hillenburg's death, things weren't the same after Steven Hillenburg's death. I mean, in 2019 and to 2022, the show just got weirder and weirder ever since then. And it lacks charm just like seasons 5 to 9. But in seasons 1 to 3 and the first movie, it had charm. And yeah, you get the picture. And 2019 to 2022 seasons SpongeBob, I think 11 to 12 or 10 I should say. I don't really care for SpongeBob seasons 10 to 12, 2019 to 2022 I should say. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't really care for the new SpongeBob from 2019 to 2022 from that day. I know I'm being controversial about this, but this is just my personal opinion. So yeah, SpongeBob is a good show. At least seasons 1 to 3 and the first movie at least. But I don't really like this show as much as I like the other shows that I truly enjoy, like The Flintstones and Disney's House of Mouse. I'm just saying that this is